Welcome, guys, to 505,
On the rise.
and today we're recording at the Tailor Barber Lounge.
This barbershop is owned by my good friend Oscar Friday. I just want to pronounce that right. But thank you for having us here, bro. Thank you for opening your shop for us. I gave you the idea of recording here, and you said yeah. And I was gonna have you go to my house, but here it's way cooler,
Yeah.
because it's a vibe. It's way cooler. So yeah, thank you, bro. Like, it means a lot to us. But how's your day been? How's your day today?
Good. Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I am humbled to be invited to something like this.
Yeah,
I like what you guys are doing, so
our first barber
Appreciate that.
and our only barber,
Yeah, that's
Because you're the
true.
homie.
That's true.
Nah, bro, but I just want to get into like your shop, bro, because it's a different vibe. I've just been saying how it's like if you take pictures of it and you put it on Pinterest, people be like, hey, like they're gonna take like ideas from you, because it's just a cool vibe, and I've always liked it. And you've been cutting my hair for like 5 years now, and you were cutting off your garage, which like was like
yeah,
the
that's
coolest thing, because like it upgrades to this like this. It's so lit.
yeah,
so,
that's when you met me in the garage.
but I've known you for longer. I don't know if you know.
a
Before
little
the
bit
garage?
longer. I think you probably knew me. I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
maybe remember you. So
I know you
much.
because of like related like family and stuff, like, and friends that we have. And this is the coolest memory I have about you, because I had a long hair, right? And then you'd be like, you got that Bruno Mars hair. I don't know if you remember.
I think I remember saying something.
And I was like
that,
8th grade, bro. And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
and then you're like, let me cut your hair, pero pues my mom me llevaba con la señora así, la
Yeah,
señora
yeah.
de la esquina,
Yeah.
con una señora que se llama Karina, shout out to Karina, pero me la cortaba medio feíto, Y luego I learned how to drive, and then since then, but yeah, that I've known you for a long time. I think I've known you since I was like 10, bro, but like started talking to you since I was like in freshman year, and then ya me lo empezaste a cortar, I think 10th
So
grade.
like 15 years old you were.
Yeah, like 15, so now
14, 15.
21, bro. That's crazy. And like seeing you now with your own shop, like I remember you talking about it when we were like in the garage. And
Yeah,
you were like,
yeah.
yeah, I hope it like it happens, and like here we are recording.
That's crazy. Like, so, well, I guess I should start with this question, but like the theme of your shop, like,
Okay.
how did it come to you?
All right, so well, this shop, first of all, it's very personal to me, so it's like a part of my identity, so you see a lot of music going on, and you see some guns going on and whatever.
Was that like an old school coffee maker or is that
It's
just
like an
gas?
old gas pump,
Oh, okay.
but it's like, I think it works.
I've never even noticed that, bro.
Yeah,
Come here
yeah.
forever.
Yeah, no, but it's just like a part of me. I know, probably Arturo remembers the garage was similar, decorated like this. I had
Same vibe though.
I had some instruments up, some speakers and whatnot. A lot of these things they go way back with me, like my bass. That was like my first big buy as a bass player. When I was taking things serious, I saved up a few pennies for that thing, and it's been with me for a while. And a lot of different things. Some of these speakers, some of these amps, they've been with me since the beginning. And some of the things were donated by friends. I call it like the gallery. I call the shop the gallery, because I like putting things up where people can see them. I think they're pieces of art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's just very personal to me, because my grandfather was a music teacher. He played a lot of different instruments, and my dad's a musician. My brothers, myself, not the greatest musician, but I like to dabble in a little bit of every instrument and mess around, here and there. So yeah, it's a big part of me, and that's why it
Yeah.
looks the way it looks.
Did you ever play like in a band or like have a family band or something like that?
Yeah, actually, well, I started in church.
Okay.
And I picked up the bass. I've always liked the bass. And I played in a church where my brother was the piano player and the singer, and I started playing the bass there. And then I had to start learning the piano, because my
Yeah.
brother had to leave, so then I had to play the piano, and then the drums sometimes, and the
Mhm.
guitar here and there, whatever. So I like to mess around with a little bit of everything. So So I like the shop to reflect that, you know.
But
But
that
you're a
part of me.
bass guy. You're like your thing is a bass, huh?
I think the bass is
It's your
like
cup
the
of tea.
seasoning of music.
Yeah.
Because I always say, like, try to listen to a song without any bass. Turn down all the bass on your radio or whatever, and you'll feel the difference.
Oh yeah.
I think the bass is something that you can feel the most out of every instrument.
I agree.
That's why it's my favorite. But if it's my favorite in different ways. For example, like for singing, I'm not a singer, but I like to sing by myself.
Yeah.
But
On the
like
lo
the
año.
piano and the guitar, of course, are probably my favorite instruments to sing to.
Sing along with.
Just because, you know, it's a melody type instrument. So
Yeah, you've told me this, like, for example, with the piano, it's like the best thing to learn how to sing with, right?
oh yeah, 100%.
Like
yeah.
the best thing, because según you can't mess up with the chords, you can't mess up
Yeah, I mean it's gonna
the notes.
gonna make you sing the best
yeah.
because the piano's not gonna be off tune, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah, the piano's probably the best way to go if you're trying to learn how to
how
sing.
to sing.
And you don't have to play it crazy. You just hit solid, you know, chords and
El leer quiere aprender, es
Sing
que se
along.
agarre un piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a piano; it's a little keyboard.
Little keyboard.
Electric
Little keyboard.
one. Yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
No, but yeah. I was gonna tell you, but your family band, like, so you don't have a family band? You
Oh
just-
well.
you just went into church, but you said you had a
oh
family
yeah, yeah.
band.
Well, it wasn't a family band,
It's just like
but
a
I
thing.
started in church, and then we had a drummer there that he was in a band, and then or they were starting a band, and they had like a friend that was a bass player. He would come and go. So he asked me one time, you know, because we played together at church, and he's like, "Hey man, like we're starting a band, whatever." And it was like a indie rock band, you know.
Mhm.
Okay.
We had a girl singer and you
what
know,
was the band called?
Moby Drive.
Bro, there's always that homie from church, huh? Que está como.
Yeah.
Hey, yo toco corridos in the side.
Yeah. No, everybody has a band. Everybody has a band on the side.
Because like
But-
my homie that I play with,
Yeah.
ese copa, el Jason, toca en la iglesia. Y dice, hey bro, quiero abrir un grupo de corridos.
corridos, yeah.
Toca corridos y sabe todos los corridos.
No,
you know?
definitely, it's totally, yeah. You go way left, but we did all original music. We have a little album there somewhere. We've actually been having a hard time finding the recordings that we did, but it was all original music. It was pretty cool. We actually like got to gig. We had like a big concert, which I think it just hit us way too soon,
Mm-hmm.
and it just took us way out of like, we were like, what is going on here? You know, they invited us to play in Midland, Texas for a big like church event, because it was a Christian band, but it was very like rock and indie, like it was like a cool, really cool vibe. And yeah, like they got us a really nice hotel, and
Dang.
we even came out on the radio, and like it was,
That's
we were like,
bro.
what are we even doing here? You know,
Yeah.
like we were barely starting.
I didn't know about this, bro.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
rock star, bro?
Yeah, supposedly,
was
but
traveling.
There's some pictures that.
yeah, bro, I'm telling you, like we have little things scattered everywhere.
Damn, that's sick, though.
Because you guys gotta remember, I'm a little bit older at that time. People didn't really take that many pictures on their phones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we did it for a while, and then you know everybody, you know, started having babies and stuff, and just getting busy with the family, and we started missing practices, and then we just all
Just
kind of
adult
left.
stuff, huh? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
everybody just
Work
goes through that.
schedules and everything.
yeah,
It's
it just
like,
went crazy, and we just stopped, and so yeah, I mean that was like, and then I just continued playing in church after that for a while, and then they needed me more in the sound, you know, so I started doing the sound for the church more, and I was playing and doing sound, but it was, you know,
hard, huh?
very hard to do that. So then I stepped down from playing, and then I just focused on doing sound.
Okay.
And till this day, I mean, I don't really play too much. Sometimes at home I'll grab the guitar or the piano or something. But mostly as far as music goes, I'm very dedicated to like doing sound. I do sound for a band.
Yeah.
And
Which is the name of the band? Which is the name?
Contratiempo.
Contratiempo.
Oh no way.
Yeah. So I'm their sound engineer. I've been with them for about 6 years now.
Dude, that's fire.
That's sick,
I
yeah.
remember being in a quince like back in high school, and they
Yeah,
were
we
there,
do.
bro.
Yeah, we do.
He was probably there.
Yeah,
Probably,
well, it's kind of
yeah.
funny because now some of my clients are like, "Yo, you guys played at my girlfriend's quinceañera," and I'm like, "Your girlfriend's quinceañera?" And I'm like, "How old is your girlfriend now?" "Oh, she's 21." I'm like, "Man, that's crazy!" Like,
Bro, yeah.
now I'm like, now I'm seeing these kids like that we played at their quinceañeras.
Gabriela went to a party once, And then she sends me a video. It's like, "Ahí está Oscar." And then I was like, "Oh, like, cause
At a
you know?
quinceañera, yeah. Yeah, I've been
That's
with
it.
them for a while. They're my band that I work for, you know, and we stay really busy. We're one of the busier bands here in Albuquerque. So, before COVID, we were booked like a year in advance at least.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, and we even had quinceañeras like 2 years in advance.
And then did you guys travel también? Like outside?
So
of
the band doesn't like to travel too much. I don't either. I don't like being away from my family too much. So, and you know, everybody has like jobs and whatever, really good jobs, everybody in the band. So we don't like to travel too far. We do go to Denver and, you know, different parts of Colorado and things like that. But, yeah, as far as like further than that, not too much. We've done some gigs in Amarillo and a lot of different parts of New Mexico, but that's about it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty fire,
That's
bro.
just to
Like,
travel.
It's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I enjoy it. It's a whole vibe, and I mean, I love to do it. I love playing music as well. They're like different forms of me to like express myself, you know.
Yeah.
So playing music is a different way of expressing yourself, but then doing sound is another way of expressing myself, you know, because it's my sound. I make it sound how I want it to sound.
And how people
know.
accept
Exactly.
the sound.
Yeah, exactly. So I have that full control is on me,
Mm-hmm.
which is a whole vibe, you know, and
Yeah.
and it feeds me. So like I love like cutting hair does too, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's another thing. So I'm very blessed to do the two things, to live, you know, from the two things that I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is do sound and cut hair, and that's what I do, you know, now, thank God, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yo, I was gonna, before we get into the haircut thing, I was gonna talk about you said your dad was a musician, right? And I've talked to you before about how he listened to like Pink Floyd and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
then I just want to get into like what music do you like to listen to, like related como que te recuerda tu papá, basically, you know? Like,
yeah, so we're from Juarez,
yeah.
okay? I was born in Juarez. My mom and dad were born in Juarez. But something that people don't know about Juarez is like, Juarez is very American influenced, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very heavily influenced by the United States. It's a border city, you know. So back in their day, my dad was a rocker. My dad would listen to nothing but Pink Floyd, the Beatles, you know, Electric Light Orchestra, you know, a bunch of like bands like that, and that's how he dressed. He still dresses like that, like a little rocker with the ripped jeans and the
Yeah.
Converse. And my mom was a hippie, you know. So that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to nothing but, you know, those bands, the Eagles, like just so many, like, you know, old school rock bands like that. And I mean, they stuck heavy in me, you know.
Which one do you think is your favorite though?
Out of those bands?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I don't know. That's super tough. Definitely the Beatles will be number one.
Has to.
I think they're kind of slept on by a
The
lot
OGs?
of people. It's
Yeah.
weird because they're slept on by a lot of musicians,
Yeah.
which I always fight with all of my musician friends, because I'm like, how can you hate the Beatles? Like, they have so many.
They're all
I've never
overhyped.
met someone that hates the Beatles.
And I think it's because, yeah, they're probably like too like hyped up by
Mhm.
some of people, so it
That's
makes other
true.
people not like them. But
yeah.
I
But
mean,
they're good. I like
they-
them.
Yeah,
They have some bangers, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
And especially the songs that a lot of people like don't hype up, you know, like you would think, oh, the Yellow Submarine, or
This
like
is one I just
like, you know what I
remember
mean,
the
like,
name of, but
yeah, like people think of like certain songs right away, like, you know what I mean,
was
like
los
Yesterday.
pequeños, the radio, the ones that
Hey,
Yeah, yeah,
Dude.
like radio hits. But I like songs that you don't usually hear.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, like those. Like if you really listen to a whole Beatles album, like you'd be very surprised, you know, with what you
Yeah.
find there. So
Yeah.
that's probably that. I would say that's probably one of my top.
Beatles.
And then I know that you like Pink Floyd a lot because you've told me that those guys were like just musical geniuses, bro.
Yeah, yeah, like they were different. They were just different. That's
Yeah.
all I can say is they were another level. Not that they were better than other bands.
but like
but-
ahead of their time, kind of.
Yeah,
thing,
and they just so different. Like you can listen to that music and it'll make you feel some type of way without them
Yeah.
even saying anything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
like what's that one song they have? I think it's Time or something like that. Like they don't say or sing anything, but it's just like the clock
Yeah,
ticking
yeah,
and
yeah,
them
yeah.
playing, and it's like for like 2.5-3 minutes, and it's like it just has you vibing, bro. Like
No,
Yeah, yeah,
Pink
yeah.
Floyd is top tier, bro. They're really good. And then I wasn't a big fan because I just didn't hear about them as much. You know, but when I met you and then you started talking about Pink Floyd, bro, I looked into their stuff, and it's just crazy. The singer, bro, the singer's voice, I don't even think is that even that good. But like the way that they mixed all the instruments and everything together, it just makes that homie sound so good and just they're just crazy, bro.
No, it's a really good
I
band.
talked to a lot of people and they're like, they've told me the same thing. They're like, yeah, that homie doesn't sing that good either, but I just feel like that vibe of like them connecting together.
Also, like their catchiness too. Like that one song, "Another Brick in the Wall." Like, hey, it's like teacher.
Like you can't forget it.
Yeah, you never forget it.
You can't. But that's just like with any like, you know, like top hits from like a band, bro. Like
that's
you know,
true.
like they just, but yeah, it's sick. But how did you start cutting hair, bro? Like,
so with the cutting hair, I like the first haircut I can remember. I was like 12 years old.
Al primo.
Yeah, my cousin. I still cut his hair. Shout out to
That's funny.
young eager. I call him
Oh,
Edgar, Mr. Edgar Ibarra. Yeah, he was like I think like 9 years old, but I started because like I always felt uncomfortable like going to shops because I would go by myself. I remember I used to go to one by here. I would just walk there and it was this old man. He had like dentures and it was so funny.
No.
Yeah, and I was there by myself, but so I like wanted to start cutting my own hair.
Yeah.
And then that's what I did. So I started like kind of messing around cutting my own hair, and then I just grabbed my little cousin and cut his hair. So that's so I mean I started messing around with it like that, and I didn't really realize like how much I just knew it made me feel good.
Yeah.
Like it just made me feel good, right? And later on in life, then I started remembering things. You start remembering things like from when you were a kid, and then started connecting the pieces. And I was like, oh, okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I was remembering like back in Juarez, one of my uncles, he had a barbershop in the front of his house.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he built like a room in the front of his house, and it was a barbershop. And I remember I would like go in there by myself and like just catch a whole vibe from it. You know what I mean? Like no one was there. I would go in there and no one was there, and I would just sit on the chair.
Did you have a similar vibe to like what you have going on now, or?
Man, I don't remember exactly like the decor or anything, but it was just there's something about a barbershop period,
Yeah.
I would like to say, but I just remember that, and then again connecting more of the pieces. Like then my mom, out of nowhere one day, she's like, "Oh yeah, like I used to cut everybody's hair in the block," and I was like,
You
didn't tell me?" Because I knew she would cut our hair.
Yeah.
Like we always knew, like she was our barber, right?
Mhm.
And like she would hook us up. I still see pictures, and she was pretty good, man.
She was
Like,
alright.
Nothing but scissor work, really.
Dang.
Yeah,
nothing but
like
scissors?
she didn't use any machines. It was all scissors, and she would hook us up, whatever, little bowl cuts, whatever was going on at the time. Yeah, no, she was good. Yeah, and I think with barbering more than anything is just like an art form,
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like, oh, you were born to be a barber. It's more like, it's more like if you're an artist,
Mhm.
an artistic type
It's a
of
craft.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's put work.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think even I would even say like even people that draw, if they translate it into barbering, like they would be good barbers. You know what I mean? Not to say that I can draw, but it's art. It's all about like your eye and just making your hands do what your eyes want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I say like not everybody can be a barber, just like not everybody can be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? But yeah, and then I just started. I would do it here once in a while and cut my cousin's hair, and then another cousin, and just once in a while, and
Yeah.
and then I started working in construction when I was like 15 years old. Well, 14 years old. Going real heavy. I would do demolition with my dad. I lived in Denver and I worked demolition and all that stuff. And then I would cut like my friend's hair still. Like we would find clippers here and there. So I always like came back to cutting hair. Like there was
It was a go-to always.
yeah, there was always like, I can cut your hair or whatever,
You need a chop?
Yeah, like whatever. And then I got a job when I was 16. I did that for 10 years. It was a very comfortable job. And, very, very long story short, I finally decided, I was like, you know what, I won't, why not do what I love to do? And, here I am, 10 years later, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this barbering thing out, like for real, you know, and I'm gonna take it serious. I've always been a person like really go hard in whatever I put my mind into it, you know. So I said, well, let me look into what I need to do to go into barber school, and you know, I went and did what I had to do. I dropped out of high school, so when I went to a barber school, they told me, well, you need a GED, you know, or
Yeah, you have to get
yeah,
it.
or
For
your-
anything, casi, like if you want to get like real estate.
yeah, or
or
high
something
school
like that,
diploma
you
or
just need a high
GED.
school-
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, and literally the same day, because I already had made this decision. I had left my job, and I was going full sending it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the same day they told me you need a GED or high school diploma, I drove to CNM and, you know, asked them, yo, whatever, you know, did the practice test and then set up my, you know, my test date. Went and did it, got my GED. As soon as I got my GED, I went and signed up for barber school. And that's what I did. And then what I told myself was like, okay, while I'm in barber school, the time I'm in barber school, because I was going to do like about a year plus.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, this is my goal. By the whole time I'm in barber school, I'm going to build up a clientele big enough where as soon as I finish barber school, I can open up my shop and have a decent amount of clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's when I full sent it again, and, you know, I painted the floor in my garage. I don't know if you remember.
Bro, but the thing is that before you even got to barber school, you already had a good amount. You know what I mean?
I had I had
you
a
already had a
little
good
set of
amount.
like church people,
Yeah.
you know.
But there wasn't like it was a good amount because I remember hella people just pull up to your shop.
I
like,
mean, I had a look.
like not to flex on your name, but bro, like I remember I would pull up and like there's just people like waiting for their haircut and then
Yeah.
after me and stuff. So you already had a good amount and then
Yeah, I mean, it
started
was a
growing
good
more
little
and more.
start, but what happened was I stopped
Oh, really?
because I was getting too busy, like with work and
Mhm.
stuff. So I was like, I told some of my like clients, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna cut hair no more. I think I kept like maybe like 3-4 around, you know, just really close friends,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. And then I stopped for a little bit, like I want to say almost like a year,
Yeah.
and I was only cutting like 4
Dang.
people for that whole year.
Was it hard to get clients back after that year?
No, man, like honestly, I don't know what it was. I want to say like, I don't want to say like, oh, because I'm good. I think I just really put my everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
That it was-
People spread the word.
yeah,
more
like literally, I never posted like, hit me up for a haircut.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
never did that.
This is my opinion because when I pulled up, it was just like you had your music, you had like the setup you had, you know, like similar to this, and then also like you put music and you're like, hey, you want to put your own music, or
Yeah,
and then you're just talking to the homie, or like, you just talking to them and you just talk us conversation and it's just like a cool vibe, bro. Like you just feel comfortable, and I like you. I'm pretty sure you make all your customers just friends now because that's what it should be,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's what a lot of people just wanted to go back to you, bro, because you just make it comfortable.
yeah. I
for
feel like
people.
all my clients are family. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, you know, I give myself the title of big bro, you know, to a lot of my clients, and yeah, like my biggest thing is making your client comfortable.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. And like I said, like when I say like I really gave it my all was when I finally decided that I was gonna do that. Then I converted my whole garage into like a little shop as
Mhm.
best as I could. I painted the floor and like painted the walls, decorated everything. Like I made it look and feel as comfortable,
As
you know, as possible. Yeah. And so when my clients would come, they were like, damn, like this guy has a whole little shop in his garage, you know. And yeah, it was all word of mouth. It was literally all word of mouth, and it started with 1 and 2, and this one person got me like a bunch of dudes from that high school. And then
Hey,
you were one of them.
I was one of them, but like
Shout out to my boy Danny. Danny got me a lot of people that I still
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah,
Daniel Nieto, shout out to him
that's a homie.
as well. But yeah, like Arturo, you know, you would just walk into church and yo, like who, whatever.
Yeah.
So and I was like I said,
See,
like I
see?
said, I'm not too big on like yo, like come check me out and whatever.
It's word of mouth.
You know, not to that. I'm not saying that's a bad way to go. Like you do it how you got to do it. You know. But I was never big on like, oh, hit me up and I'll do this and this. Like,
Yeah.
I was never really big on that. I just wanted it to be more like word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And literally by the time I finished barber school, I had a really decent, you know, clientele.
And you got your shop right away, huh? Like
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, man, like, I just feel like I don't believe in a 5-year plan. That's not my mentality.
Mm-hmm.
My mentality is as soon as you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, why think so far?
Twice.
You know, ahead.
Yeah.
Like, just just do it.
Get done what needs to get done.
Yeah, and you got to sacrifice certain things. You know,
Yeah.
I remember I sold my truck to open up this shop. You know, I had a truck that I really liked, and you know, I collected all the pennies I could and whatever. And literally, the day I got my barber school diploma, literally that same day, I drove around looking for, you know, spaces.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I found this one. This one looked nothing like this. You know,
Mhm.
literally there was like another room here. There was like 3 rooms here. It was just a hallway with a bunch of offices, and you know, I just had a bigger vision. I loved the area, not the area, the location, because it's, you know, it's downtown. And
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too. I was like, why did you chose this certain
Yo,
location?
I think this is perfect though. Because like if you would have gone more that way, bro, it's like too
Well,
far. It's like in the
that's
middle.
exactly what I was gonna
Like,
say.
this is
Yeah,
like the middle for like everybody. So
Yeah.
like like
I
when
did it for my clients.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it for my clients because if I was to pick it, I would probably find a place closer to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
You know, or on, you know, towards Rio Rancho area or something like that.
Okay.
You know, so I did it for my clients first of all, you know, because it's downtown. It's in the
Yeah.
center, the middle of the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody can make it here easy. So that's why. And I found this place. It was super beat up, but I was like, nah, like I can see, you know, this happening, and yeah. And then I got it. And
Did you have to get permission for like the demoing of all the like offices and stuff? Or
no, I mean, I had an agreement with the
okay, that's good.
people here. You know, you sign a contract and
Mm.
you put a proposal before you sign the contract, and if they approve it, then you're set.
You,
You do
okay.
what
That's
you gotta
cool.
do.
And
Yeah.
then I had a question about your shop too, because I want to get into the logo, and I was like, because this is my first time in the shop too, first time meeting you, and I was like, I saw the logo on the door and like inside the shop, and I was like, this guy looks exactly like the logo. So
Yeah, so the logo, like, you know, I don't like being a person like, hey, look at me, you know. I'm kind of shy a little bit, but then at the same time, like I said, the shop is very personal to me. It's a part of me, so I wanted to have kind of me as the face of it, you know,
Mhm.
literally. So, but I didn't want to make it like crazy obvious. But
Yeah.
then, if you see me, you're like, oh wait, you kind of, you know.
We've talked about it before. I was like, if people don't know Oscar, or like they're not gonna know who the heck is that.
Yeah, like if I'm not here and they come in, they're like,
If we blurred
Yeah,
your
whatever.
face, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
in the video,
yeah.
they
We
wouldn't
would
know
never
it was
know.
you, like,
yeah,
yeah.
but that's literally a picture of me. It was at my sister's wedding. You know, I was wearing a tuxedo, so I thought it fit the.
How
the
long
whole
ago was
vibe.
that? Like the wedding.
Man, she's been married for what, like 4 years, 3 years, 4
Damn.
years maybe. Yeah.
So like
Okay.
that's crazy how it just works out, huh?
Yeah, it happened around the same time where I needed a logo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
it's just weird.
So
bro.
I was like, yeah, you know, we took a bunch of pictures for the wedding, and I was like, yo, that would be pretty cool, like that, something like that, you know, because I wanted something with like a tuxedo or a suit, whatever.
Mhm.
And yeah, so my brother, he's a graphic designer, and you know, he designed it for me to make it, you know, work right, symmetrical, because my face isn't, you know. so he made it work. And as far as the name goes, you know, a tailor is someone that fixes your clothes to fit to you, you know.
Mhm.
So that's how I see haircuts. I see haircuts like, I like cutting people's hair to fit them, you know.
Mhm.
Even if you ask me for the same haircut he asked me for, you know, I'm gonna make, you know, my job is to make it fit you the best way it's gonna fit you, you know, because you have different heads and
With
different styles of
domes.
hair.
Like sculpting their hair.
yeah, it's like sculpting. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I thought the name fit, you know, and I wanted to make a shop where it was a little more upscale, you know,
Yeah.
where it looks a little more fancy, and you know, all the guys, the uniform of the shop is you gotta wear a button-up shirt. Everybody has to have a button-up shirt.
Mm.
You can wear whatever shoes you want, but look presentable, you know.
Mhm.
So
This is a lot, you know.
yeah, so a button-up shirt, that's the main thing. You dress it however you want.
Yeah.
After that, well, don't wear shorts with it, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
just look
yeah.
presentable.
I was literally gonna be like, so shorts and a button.
yeah.
I mean, shorts and a polo.
in
maybe?
Hawaiian?
No.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, polos también, eh? Polos is presentable.
Well, they try
don't
to
like-
fight that, but I don't like them too
You don't
much.
like polos?
I mean, yeah, but if you're gonna wear a polo, you better wear like
Like
slacks.
slacks.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. which a lot of people don't.
Yeah, I get you.
But some people do. I mean, yeah. But yeah, like I just wanted to do something different, something that I don't see a lot. For example, like the door literally says no walk-ins. I don't have barber pools outside. I don't have something that says open or come in, because I wanted to do something like very private, which is what you felt in the garage, right? So I wanted to keep the same thing. And again, I don't like being around too many people. I don't like people looking at me. I get like kind of nervous, or whatever. So that's why I didn't put a bunch of barber chairs here. I said I'm just gonna have, a certain amount where everybody's kind of far away from each other. You can have a comfortable conversation with your client. There's not since it's appointment only, the shop's never like crazy full of people waiting for a haircut. You literally show up and that's your time. You sit and get your haircut.
Yeah, but it's also been a cool vibe because like I've been here like right after CNM. I just pull up and I just like I've done it like doing the homework here, and it's like cool because.
Then just wait for your turn to get a chop.
Yeah, but there's times where I didn't even have a chop. Like I just pulled up. And,
yeah,
like,
he's one of those that just comes in.
I'm just one of those fools. But it's because CNM's right there. And
it's because he had the Wi-Fi.
I needed it, bro. He has a good Wi-Fi.
Not really.
No,
but yeah.
No, you got like. You gave me the password of the Wi-Fi, and then I just pulled up. No, I'm just kidding. But like your one of your like here, like he was like, hey, there's preference. That homie has a Wi-Fi password. Some of my clients don't have it.
People are getting jealous because this guy.
Yeah, because I have the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, but also I don't want to forget to mention, I also have 2 separate offices here that I rent out, and one of them is a girl. Her name's Chelsea. She does eyelashes, eyelash extensions, and then her partner does tattooing. So that's one of the rooms. And then in the very back, there's another room, and that's Danette. She's a Cosmo, so she does mostly women's hair. She colors hair and all that stuff.
The cool thing is like related to like a haircut,
Yeah. Like it fits the vibe. Yeah. And I'm all about vibes.
Yeah.
So I like everything to kind of make sense, and I like the people.
What it match?
Yeah, for real. There's actually a Borrera I'm trying to get to park out here, but we're in the talks. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. So.
Like on this side though.
Yeah, like somewhere over here. Yeah, figure something out. But that's I mean, my ultimate goal is not to stay here. I was thinking about it this year, but this is like the worst time to buy anything. As for commercial or residential. Everybody's like coming with crazy money, but my idea has always been to have a big enough place where I have like I want to have like a coffee shop that looks like a bar. Ooh. Like that's one of my plans, like a coffee shop, like an actual coffee shop that someone's running, and have the lounge area big enough where it's like separate from the barbers, but still is a barber shop. And then
a table where I can go do homework.
That sounds fire.
And then also like I want it to be big enough where I can have recording studio, because we're heavy on that. My brother and I are, well, both of my brothers and I are, we all, the 3 of us do recordings. So I just have like a big idea.
And like, would you rent out that studio for
so the studio I would rent it out. Like, it would just be my brother and I running it. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I wanted to talk about too, and so you can promote it more. Like you do recordings here at your shop of like local people as well.
Yeah. So that's one thing that it started a while back. I want to say like a year ago. I did my first one, and then I wasn't like doing it too often, but I really want to like start getting real heavy into it. It's another thing like very personal to me, and
passionate.
So I'm so passionate about it, and it feeds me. I always say do something that feeds you, right? That feeds your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to call it.
That motivation too.
Yeah. Like you gotta do something that you love, man, because I mean nothing else is gonna satisfy you like that, And I love music. I love recording, so that's one thing I'm doing. Yeah, I like recording. My idea is to record as many local bands as I can. I mean, if someone comes from out of town, I would accept it too, But I want to record different genres of music and like English, Spanish, whatever it is. I want to record, And the way I like to do it, it's more like a live recording. So you literally like it's like almost like you're playing a little concert for someone, or like a little gig. So
You know what it reminds me of, también? Like a tiny desk, kind of, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a
So
tiny
it's
desk
it's
performance
kind of
kind
funny. I don't want to say like, I this is like
the way you think.
honestly like I didn't even know about Tiny Desk when I thought about doing this. But yeah, like no, Tiny Desk is huge. It's like they do like huge artists, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I actually became pretty new to it too, like a year ago, bro.
yeah,
I'm
and
not even
I
lying.
honestly didn't know about it.
I didn't
The
know about
closest thing I would say to what I'm doing that I did see way before I started doing it is the postmodern jukebox.
Mm.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so it's another little thing that they do. They do a lot of covers, but they do it like in 50s, 40s like style music.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really really cool like that too. But that's probably like the closest thing to it. I didn't know about Tiny Desk, but I believe Tiny Desk does actual like concerts in front of people. They perform in front
Oh
of
yeah,
people.
there's actually people in front.
Yeah,
for sure.
so with me it's more like it's more like if you're recording in a studio, but
But
while
it's
you're
live.
performing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's live. Everybody's at the same time, and
Yeah.
you know it's more raw, I guess.
No, yeah. I seen the videos, and you've had a guitar player that's just him soloing, bro, and it's amazing. Good guitar player.
Like electric guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you've had a guy that I don't know what his name. He has long hair. With the is he Isaac?
Skeevy, yeah, Skeevy.
That guy can sing. That guy
Yeah,
can
yeah.
Sing.
And Isaac, yeah,
And
the other
Isaac,
guitar player with
He's
him.
done like this girl named Abby that she does like Christian music, really good.
Yeah.
And then Dos Grupos, right? I
Yeah,
think.
and then I've had two full bands, like Norteño. I had Contratiempo here, my band.
Okay.
You know, I had to.
Yeah.
Were they the first ones or?
No.
No.
They're the first like big
Group.
band.
Big-
Yeah, like a
oh,
group, like
okay,
a
okay.
whole group. Yeah, but they're grupero norteño.
Yeah.
And the other band is norteño,
Mm.
and that's Bonda Norteña.
Yeah.
Check them out. Yeah.
And the music, like when it comes to the sound of theirs, like do they have a specific sound that they go for, or they just let you do all the sound? Like
No, that's all me.
that's all you.
That's all me.
Like
Yeah. So
the recording and
um,
all that. Like
it's on my hands. You know.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't charge bands, so I don't charge no one to record, but the videos are mine. Of course, you can share the link as much as you want. I'm not really doing this like to blow up or anything. I'm doing it more for myself, like to have something that's mine,
Mm-hmm.
and for my kids to one day like be like, oh, like
my dad
look
recorded
what my
this.
dad. Yeah, my dad did this.
He had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like just to express myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I always tell people, like don't do things to make it big or whatever. Like do them because you
You're
love them
passionate about
first.
'em,
Yeah. So I don't charge whatever. I mean, there's potential of the channel to blow up one day, but I mean, everybody knows how hard that is. So
Yeah.
honestly, I don't really care for that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's cool. Like there's a lot of really talented people that don't get to record. So you know, I try to do it as professional as I can. You know, it's I use Pro Tools is the software I use, and the video editing I do myself.
I was gonna ask you,
um,
like, how did you learn video editing? Because
No, honestly,
I
like
don't even know how to like with our thing. It's
I
just
wouldn't even
hard,
say
bro.
I know how. I mean, I had a buddy of mine that helped me out, Reyes Photography. Shout out to him. He showed me some things, and then I forgot them like by the next time I recorded. So Google's the best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
YouTube.
YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube. So that's every time I record again, I'm like, man, how do you do this again? Yeah. So I go back, and that's why I want to start doing it. More and more and
often.
more constant.
Mm-hmm.
Like stay on top of it. So I don't forget like the whole video.
No,
editing
because it's
and all that
hard, bro.
stuff.
Videography. Como us, it's just like cutting certain spots and like.
Yeah.
Just- And I still am like, damn, that's hard. And then there's people that, like your videos, they look professional as heck. So I'm like, I didn't know. I thought you had like years of like just
No,
knowing how
there's
to
no
do it.
way. I don't want to take that credit. There's real videographers out there that I don't want to.
And then what's your equipment like? Like, you've told me. This is. I just.
I can't
it's
tell you.
It's encouraging
No, I'm just
though. It's
kidding.
encouraging though.
Yeah.
Classified.
Well, no. Let me say it like this. I'll say it like this. I think if you have the right eye, I think it's not what you use, it's how you use it.
Mm.
I'm really big on that. It's not about like spending the most money you can on
Yeah,
equipment. It's just knowing, like, freaking squeeze everything you can out of whatever your equipment you're using. And I literally do my videos, with our phones,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
it's all in the editing and lighting. That's as much as I know, and that's what I use. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to say because it's encouraging to like other people.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
general, Like
Mhm.
it doesn't matter.
No, it really
Like,
doesn't.
It doesn't matter what you have.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. And like, you know, as far as the recording, the audio stuff goes, it is more high end stuff, you know, just because
No, the audio, yeah.
Yeah.
that's
You want
that is
quality
in
in
my
this-
field. That
yeah.
is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, don't get me wrong. There's way better things to use, but again, like, squeeze the heck out of
No,
whatever
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
using.
Especially because people are on budgets, you know. Like if you have an iPhone, why? Like I record my covers on an iPhone. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not about to buy a camera because like I'm not about to afford one like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like-
exactly. That's
And
what I'm saying.
and if iPhone works fine to record, I'm just gonna keep using that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's
Do what you need to do to get the
very-
job done.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, don't stay stuck in
No, yeah, if
in
you
one
can.
spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you can do it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
You know, when you can get, you know, a better camera or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, better
Yeah.
lighting. I don't know.
But that's I just wanted to talk about.
But
that.
yeah, I mean, like, you know, if anybody's interested, it's called Tailor Music. So it's like, I'm gonna
Tailor Barber Lounge.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Tailor
I'm gonna
Music.
make a shirt that says tailored everything. That's an
Yeah.
idea I have. But yeah, it's called Tailor Music. Tailored
Open another
tailored
room
Music.
where they tailor clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
fire. One of those offices. You got
Yeah.
extra-
Yeah, so you guys can check it out on YouTube and
And Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the
but
two platforms
That's
I
just
have it
sick,
on.
bro.
That's just dope. Like having people, cause like we started this podcast too, cause like we know there's a lot of talent here in Albuquerque too, and
Exactly.
like that's great that you're willing to give artists this opportunity to come and present what they have, their skills and everything. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like what you guys are doing. I
for
mean,
free. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's just like it's a
yeah, like why
cool-
not take advantage of it?
Yeah.
You know?
Because I know that there's other studios, and I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but like they're charging a lot of money, and what if it's not even like that good and stuff, and over here it's free and like
Yeah,
it's an
I
opportunity,
mean,
like-
it's their job. It's their job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with charging for your job.
no, yeah, definitely.
You know what I
not.
mean? If that's what you live off of, then yeah, by all means, you charge what you got to charge, and you know what I mean. You're gonna be as busy as people like you. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with charging or whatever. Like I said, I'm doing it for different reasons, so that's why I don't charge. You know what I mean? And I want the videos and the music to be mine, so that's why I don't charge. You know what I mean?
So,
Because
like-
those videos are mine.
Mm-hmm.
Do the people receive a copy of the video and they can post that as well?
No, they
or
just get the
only-
link.
Oh, just a link.
Yeah. So every time someone watches the video,
It
it's
just-
on
you
my channel.
Oh,
Okay, that's
Yeah. So that's what I get out of it. They get a video out of it. Which,
That's
I mean,
cool.
it really doesn't matter on their
I don't-
part
Yeah.
because they can upload the link to whatever they want
Yeah.
and people can check them out. You know what I mean? If you want to get hired and you want to show what you can do, then you just,
like put that link.
yeah, like,
Mhm.
what do you guys do? Oh, here, check out this link. This is what we do. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a win-win, I would like to say. So,
It's like especially because you'd be like, oh, I already participated in like this live recording and like this is
Yeah.
how it went, and it's like professionally made. So if someone wants to ever like do like a little gig, you just that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's sick.
yeah.
I actually never thought about it like that. Like,
So,
I think it's a good idea.
yeah.
It's a good way to, because it also shows like, hey, I was on this little channel, and I was able to perform here. And then if they wanted to decide to open their own channel, they could do that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We're at 44. Well, that's good. I just want to talk about like the barbershop again, like the vibe.
Yeah.
Dude, it's because I just wanted to say how me and Gabriel always talk about how it's always like really loud in here, you know, like really really loud.
Yeah, there's always
And like,
something going
so,
on.
but how's the vibe between like all the homies that work here, like, cause one homie's over in the corner. I've never even heard him speak, bro. No habla. Es bien
Yeah.
calladito, you know. So like, there's different characters. How's the vibe? Like, how's the vibe?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool that everybody has their own like
Thing going on.
personality, and you know we're all different, and you know we vibe. We're cool. We get into our little things and whatever. We fight about sports
Who
and
picks the music?
and whatnot. I mean, the remote's always on my station when I'm here. But I always say, I was like, call it. Like, what is it gonna be? You know, if someone has something they want to listen to, I'll throw it on, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if they want the remote, they can have it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm usually picking the music.
Yeah.
And they're cool with it. You know, I always tell them, you guys want something out? No, that's cool. Like, that's fine, you know, or we watch movies, shows.
Pero reciote, eh? No.
Bro.
Bro, Gabriela has to
Oh,
sit
what?
next to me when he cuts my hair to like listen, cause she's deaf, bro. She's sitting on
Well,
this
it's because
side.
in my defense, there is a speaker next to my station up on the corner.
Oh.
So that's why you hear it way louder. But I mean, you're listening to music. You want to feel it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I get you.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
sometimes we're having like a conversation, and then Gabriela's a little metiche, so she has to like listen,
Yeah.
and then it's like,
Hey, that's why I turn it up.
yeah, para que no nos oiga.
It's just our conversation.
No, yeah,
My
yeah.
client and myself.
She's not getting a haircut.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
No, but yeah, I mean, like, we do movies and shows. We watch The Office like 3 times here
That's what I
already.
was gonna tell you about The Office. I pulled up yesterday to get a haircut.
That's a win, bro. You can't lose with The
It's a
Office.
win, but like, we were talking about how it doesn't fit everybody. Like, The Office only certain
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
think it's funny. Like, I think it's funny because it's like awkward funny and like it's so good.
It's
'Cause
not
it's-
for everybody.
But it's not for everybody.
It's like old humor, like
Yeah.
And
like
then the
stuff
thing-
that can't be on TV nowadays. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. They
Yeah.
do
And
talk
then you're
about.
commenting. I don't know who, but one of your friends that work here
Yeah.
isn't like comfortable with it. Like it's weird to him or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he's like, I just don't get it. But it's funny because sometimes I'm like, I'll put a movie on and I'm like, damn, maybe these people aren't liking this movie. And not just the barbers. Like we're all pretty much in agreement,
Yeah.
except probably like The Office or like little things here and there. But and then sometimes like their clients will walk out and what is this movie called or what is this
Let me
show called
finish it.
or who's this singer? And I'm just like, what? Like.
Just yesterday. that
Yeah.
happened.
Oh yeah, you were here.
Just yesterday, because I was like, let me put you a song.
Yeah.
And then that guy that was getting a haircut was like, hey, that song is good.
Yeah.
I heard him say
And
it.
it'll be
Dang.
random, like it'll be like, a dude that, you could tell
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
speak Spanish, for example.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And we got like some, Spanish music going on, and they're like, who is that artist? Like, what's his name? Like, I want to look him up on YouTube and stuff. So,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's
Bro.
cool. Like, I try to, change it up as much as I can,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Keep it diverse.
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
a kid walks in, we're watching a certain movie, then I change it to another one,
yeah.
Pull up the Disney Channel real quick.
Yeah, definitely. Because last time we were playing I Am Legend, and then like some kids pulled up, and you switched
Yeah,
right
exactly.
away.
Yeah, so I gotta.
No, but what I meant with like the music thing is like, everybody has a lot of different tastes, and it's just cool because like Vic has like rap taste, right? And I showed
Yeah.
him. We've showed him. You let me get the controller when I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to flex, but
Yeah.
I put some cool music, and then Vic's like, bro, I like when you come just because like you put
Yeah.
us on sometimes, and like, well, you're pretty like well around with like music, so you know like a lot of artists, but like I feel like sick when I show you a song, because you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know this, and you're
Yeah,
like, this
yeah,
is a
yeah. No,
vibe,
yeah. I love like when someone shows me something new, and yeah, I mean we all have different taste, and it's so cool. Like John likes different style of hip hop, and Albert likes reggae or like different things like that. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. Like everybody, put this song on, and I've never heard it. And I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a whole vibe or
That's sick, huh?
whatever. Yeah, we all do our
Like,
own
one-
little.
One of my favorite artists that I've had from here, El Grossman. I don't know if you know his first name.
Yeah. Simon.
Simon Grossman.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he's
Me lo
cool.
enseñó Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Pero you told me, he was like, yo, you need to listen to this guy.
Yeah. Tony
I'm
put me
like,
on him. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's good music. So like when you come, I put like acá Eric on
Yeah.
some good music, but it's
LP.
because of here, like-
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know if Eric has a barber, but I got some barbers here that are taking new clients. So
Yeah.
pues. But
I,
yeah,
mean,
Keep
I
me
don't like
posted.
people cheating on their barbers, but if you're looking for one, there's
yeah, yes,
barbers
sir, yes,
available.
sir.
And to
I'll let
everyone
you know.
else, I do want to say that if you are looking for a barber, I am not taking new clients in myself, but the other 3 barbers here are. So you can go to the Instagram, the Tailor Barber Lounge,
Mhm.
and every barber's info is on there. So what I always tell people is go to each barber's page and see what cuts
like the
you're
most.
vibing with.
Mhm.
Maybe you
Yeah.
like one barber more than the other. DM them, hit them up on the text, whatever.
And you also got like a chair left, right?
Yes, I also have a chair available for any barbers. I'm not in no hurry. I want to find the right person,
Right fit.
the right fit, the right vibes, the right everything. Also, someone that has a good clientele because it's no walk-ins. So you
Mhm.
you gotta have a good
good
clientele,
amount.
or if you're willing to build up a clientele.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, there's a chair available. So
That's lit, bro. But all right, we're gonna start cutting it. So I just want to say thank you once again for having us here.
It was
so
nice meeting you.
nice
It
to
was-
meet you
yeah, it
guys.
was-
Yeah.
It was a vibe, and yeah, bro. Thank you
Yeah, no, well,
Appreciate you.
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to shout out or promote before
Once again.
we end? Yeah.
I mean, just don't forget the tailored music. Anybody that does like good music, send me your music.
You already
what I
know
mean?
that we're gonna put that on our Instagram, but like like
Yeah. You'll
but-
see it there, Tailor Music. or just hit me up on my personal page. Yeah, I mean, if you have a band or something that's cool that I want to record, again, don't get offended, since this is very mine. You know, I gotta vibe with it before I want to record it. You know,
Yeah.
so send me your stuff, and maybe we can get you recording.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as far as the shop, if you're looking for a new barber again, check out the barbers that I have here. See which one you like the best and hit them up.
Okay.
Try to make an appointment with them.
Sounds good. Thank you guys, and remember,
Keep
Keep
rising.
rising.